Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome to AAA Digest. My name is Martin and I sometimes make YouTube videos and put them on the internet. Sometimes. So here we go again with another Cyberpunk 2077 video. The upload streak continues. I know it's only 2, but it's good for me, right? So this time around I am touching on the 6 major confirmed gangs that occupy Night City, who each have their own turf, personal goals within specific districts, and have unique approaches to combat that set them apart from one another. Now disclaimer, you will not be able to permanently join any of these gangs, although you may be able to side with whomever you choose and build alliances or burn bridges. It's completely based on your gameplay choices. So the first major gang we have are the Valentinos, who are regarded as a poser gang, heavily tattooed, who previously had a sole purpose of seducing Night City's most attractive and sought after women. And they are deemed mostly harmless to the general population, except for the husbands and boyfriends that happen to catch them in the act. So the Valentinos meet 4 times a year to compare conquests. It's basically to compare notes, and they're overall kind of glorified fuckboys. Although since 2020, they have seemingly become much more violent and consist mostly of Latinos, leaving many in Night City believing that they do have a larger purpose than just women. So they're a little mysterious and pose a genuine threat in 2077. Number 2, the Maelstorm gang. So one of, or if not the most violent gang within 2077's Night City. They're mostly metal warriors equipped with pain suppressors, reflex boosters, and red-eye optics. And the Maelstorm are addicted and strive for the top-of-the-line cyberware and augmentations to improve their physical capabilities. So they're seeking as many combat advantages as possible through augmentations. And they have over 30 to 40 active members, and they dress in mostly leather and chrome, and personally prefer more visible cyberware in order to strike fear into the hearts of outsiders. And many active members suffer from cyber psychosis, which is basically a mental illness caused by excessive use of augmentations that leads to one person losing some of their identity and what it means to be human. And in 2077, their base of operations is located at the All Food plant within the Watson district, and they're led by Simon Randall Royce. He's calculated and a very suspicious person at heart, and he has the Maelstorm gang raiding corporate transports and selling stolen tech on the streets, and he's much smarter than he appears. Also, other notable members are Dum Dum, who is encountered during E3 2018's demo, Kurt, Tommy, and something worth noting, the Maelstorm have been rivals of a gang called the Inquisitors, who happen to hate all forms of cyberware, so they do look down upon anyone without augmentations, so anyone that's a little more human. Number 3, we then have the Voodoo Boys, so one of the more mysterious gangs in Night City, consisting of professional netrunners made up of Haitians who have a very religious culture within their group. Now the Voodoo Boys were formerly deemed a terrorist gang of drug dealers that engaged in weird magic rituals, and they often killed and tortured for little to no reason. While now in 2077, the Voodoo Boys prefer a more peaceful attitude within their turf, Pacifica. And they are actually regarded as defenders of the peace, and they are led by Maman Brigitte, who is an unnerving and mysterious character herself, and she is actually attempting to find Alt Cunningham within the cybernet, and Alt Cunningham is obviously Johnny Silverhand's ex-girlfriend. And the Voodoo Boys' second in command is Placide, a man of very few words who inspires fear and respect in people around him through his actions, and he's attempting to aid Brigitte no matter the personal cost. And I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible, so we won't delve too deep into the Voodoo Boys until we get the gameplay in August. And then next up we have the Voodoo Boys' biggest rival gang, known as the Animals, who are located within the eastern side of Pacifica. They are juiced up brawlers led by a woman named Sasquatch, which is bloody hilarious, who wields a massive sledgehammer, which is the perfect representation of the Animals in general. They prefer melee combat and are capable of dash type maneuvers to avoid oncoming gunfire in order to flank V. And the Animals are mostly known for their brutality and fascination with everything that is corporal. And an interesting note is that they take a steroid-like drug known as the juice. And for some reason I just think of OJ. That's probably bad. Basically the juice increases their strength and muscle mass, but don't let their looks fool you. They are much more clever than you'd think and actually have acquired some very powerful allies, but we'll keep that closed-lipped for now. Number 5, are these Scavengers, so another combat gang. So these guys are first seen in the initial E3 gameplay demo in 2018, in which they're engaging in combat with V and Jackie. And they're actually seen in the previous E3 trailer of 2018 as well, as they fought off Drama Team's assaults. And the Scavs actually seek out top-of-the-line cyberware and augmentations. They are known for kidnapping people and forcibly harvesting cyberware, as we've seen with Sandra Dorset, who's found by V after being stripped of her cyberware and clothes. Now, most of their active members can actually speak Russian, and their boss is seen with some Soviet cyberware, so they do have some major Russian ties. So overall, a very aggressive gang that holds grudges, as seen when they retaliate and attack V in the open streets via their van. And finally, in regards to Cyberpunk 2077's known gang so far, we have Tiger's Claw, a defensive combat gang who hold turf within Japantown. And they also protect the surrounding area. Now, unlike the Maelstorm, the Tiger's Claw rarely use any cyberware and are generally against augmentations of any kind. And in terms of combat, they lean heavily on their mixed martial arts skills, and they favour the use of traditional Japanese weapons. And the Tiger's Claw also use reflex and speed boosters to enhance their abilities, which allows them to close the gap on V much faster, so they can get a little more close and personal. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I'll have another Cyberpunk video tomorrow, and as always, I have a question for you lads, and ladies, if there are any. What gender are you going to play as? Are you going with male or female? Let me know. But yeah, that is it from me. For more content like this, stay tuned here on AAA Digest. I mean, if you want. Later guys, catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.